Howdy! This video is all about you understanding your four-wheel drive. So if you have a new one or if you just started out four-wheel driving, this video is for you. Subscribers, welcome back. First time viewers, hi, I'm Ronnie from fourwheelinginwesternaustralia.com, the four-wheel drive and camping information website helping you to get out there into the wilderness in the comfort of your own four-wheel drive. Okay, so to kick off this video, we're going to start with how to engage four-wheel drive in your vehicle. Now, every vehicle is different, and the best thing you can do is actually grab your owner's manual and read it, because every vehicle is different. From time to time when we're out on a track, there's always someone who hasn't been off-road before or hasn't been off-road often, and then actually forgets how to engage his vehicle in the four-wheel drive. So it's pretty common. It's a lot more common than what you think. So as an example, this is my Land Cruiser manual. In my vehicle, I can shift from second high to four high on the fly while I'm driving at any speed. That's what the manual says. In the Jeep, for example, you can do the same thing as well. But in some vehicles, it may require you to stop and then put it into four-wheel drive or two-wheel drive. But the manual will tell you. When you go to low range, so you got high range, you got low range. When you go to low range, most vehicles will need to be dead still. Some vehicles will need to be in the neutral position, especially in automatics, but it's all different still. My vehicle can be still rolling at about 8 kilometers an hour. That's what the manual says. There's a lot of different variants. You can't just take advice from your buddy who's in a different vehicle. Every vehicle has its own specific way. So read your manual before you go out and it will save you a lot of trouble. So another thing you need to know about your vehicle as well when you go to engage four-wheel drive is, does it have manual locking hubs or automatic hubs? The difference is the manual hubs, you got to get out and you got to lock them yourself. With the auto hubs, you don't see the hub. It's activated from inside the vehicle, either by push button or by lever. In this case, if we were to put the Jeep in a four-wheel drive, with this one has a lever, by the lever, it'll be in four-wheel drive because the hubs lock automatically. On my Land Cruiser, however, on this type of Land Cruiser, the 70 series, if I hop in and put the lever into four-wheel drive high or four-wheel drive low, if I haven't locked the hubs, it's not in four-wheel drive, it's still in two-wheel drive. So you must get out and lock manual hubs. And you don't have to unlock them when you go back to two-wheel drive. Another thing you need to work out about your vehicle, is it a part-time four-wheel drive or a full-time four-wheel drive? Let's start with part-time four-wheel drive. Part-time four-wheel drive is like the Jeep and the Land Cruiser here. Basically, it's only a two-wheel drive vehicle until you tell it to be a four-wheel drive vehicle by pressing a button or pushing the lever to get it into four-wheel drive. That's a part-time four-wheel drive. A full-time four-wheel drive is like an all-wheel drive. All four wheels work in a system of like stability control. So what happens is it's safer on road. Now you'll find that the 200 series Land Cruiser has it, and there's a few other vehicles, Land Rover, etc. With those vehicles, if you take them off-road without telling it to go into proper four-wheel drive, you will still get bogged quite easily. They won't be as capable until you put it into four-wheel drive. This is also known as locking the center diff. Next thing that's worth working out, wherever your vehicle has it or not, is traction aids like traction control, vehicle stability, ABS, stuff like that. If your vehicle has traction control, you may want to turn it off in certain situations, because traction control does not work off-road. So keep that in mind, because if you're stuck in the sand and you can't work out why, just try and switch the traction control off. And don't forget, every time you turn your car off and turn it back on, you have to disengage it again because it's part of your safety system in the vehicle. However, if you do put it in low range, most vehicles should turn it off. And in the case of this Jeep, it works in the background and it works really well actually. So it turns into a secret weapon for them. Other things, in my Land Cruiser, I'm lucky to have front and rear differential lockers. Now, if you're not sure what differential lockers are, there is a link in the description below that'll tell you all about differential lockers. Now, if your vehicle does happen to have differential lockers, they are a secret weapon when used in the correct way. Again, grab your manual and have a look. It'll explain a lot to you in there as well, and how to use them, how to engage them, and how to turn them off. Important thing to know about your vehicle is where your air intake is. Now, on mine I have a snorkel, so it doesn't really worry me. I can go to water up to here. But on a stock vehicle, or a vehicle that doesn't have a raised air intake or anything, it could be quite low. So you need to work out where that is before you go into any water. And I would stay out of water until you know where it is, really. Another thing that's worthy of finding out is getting under your vehicle and finding out where your diff breathers are, and your transfer case and your gearbox. Normally they're only about this much above from where they actually pop out. What you want to do is extend them if you're going to go through deeper water. But what I'm saying is just work out where they are so you know how deep of water you can go through before possibly sucking in water into your diff, gearbox, transfer case, etc. Because you don't want water in there, it'll start corrosion. I'll now explain angles of your vehicle. I'm not about to have a sword fight. This is going to be my measuring stick, so to speak. Now, angles on your vehicle. The front of your vehicle is called approach angle. Then you have the middle of your vehicle, ramp over angle, and then you have the back angle, which is departure angle. What you do is, to work out your angle, you draw a line from the front of your tyres across, and then you find the lowest point at the very front of your vehicle, and then you stick your stick to the line to the lowest point. That's your angle. You're not going to walk around with a stick out in the bush and go, oh, I have a approach angle of 40 degrees. I'm going to get my angle out and measure that rock. You're not going to do that. That's just silly. What you're going to do is, though, you're going to get a rough idea of your approach angle. The idea is so you don't have to get out of your vehicle and check every single time. The first couple of times you probably still will anyway, because you'll be a bit worried, but it's there so you get a rough idea of your angle, and also you can check your angle versus another vehicle who's just done the same thing, and then you can get an idea if you're going to make the obstacle the same way he did or not. That's another good reason to use a stick. Okay, so ramp over angle, that's the middle of your vehicle. So basically it's a line from both wheels up to the lowest point of your car. The ramp over angle, in all honesty, if you put sticks there and have a look, you're still not really going to work out exactly where it is. You just got to get out there and give it a go. And when you do go over big mounts, just do it slow. Have a spotter, and then after a while you realise how much you can push your vehicle with a ramp over angle. To this day, I still hit my drive shaft in the middle every now and then because I get it wrong. And of course, the departure angle, same thing. Line across the back of your tyres. I've done one there before, and there you go. There you can see it's a big difference from the front on my vehicle. That's because I have a tray back. Now, tray back utes or pickups don't have the most forgiving departure angle. Just be mindful though, approach angle, you go up something, it doesn't mean that your arse end isn't going to drag as well. So just be mindful of that. Usually the lowest point will be the diff. In my case it's the diff, but at the back it's the rear leaf spring. Now, you can see on my vehicle, the diff is to this side. A lot of them have them in the middle. However, mine is on that side. So I've memorized where that is. So if I come up to a boulder that's gonna hit my diff, even though I have a protection plate on it, I will then know that I've got to shift across that way to put the rock about here, or drive over the rock with my tyre to avoid hitting my diff. and the same goes for the back. Now, most vehicles with a diff that's off center, most of them will have it the same on the front and the rear, but not all of them. So be mindful of that too. Now this is a solid axle vehicle, so on an independent front suspension vehicle, those diffs are always in the middle and they're up higher. Thanks for watching. I hope you learned some good points. And don't forget, if you're unsure about anything in your vehicle, your user manual is your best friend. Speaking of best friends, go check out our website. It's jam-packed loaded with free four-wheel drive and camping information. Good for beginners to advanced. So do check that out. Also, you can stay updated with all of our videos if you subscribe right here. Every time we upload a new video, it'll go straight to you. And we already have heaps there, so go check them out. Thanks for watching. Take care out in the tracks and trails, and I might catch you out there. See ya.